Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the latest and greatest in Pokemon TCG news. This is the Poke Advisor podcast, bringing you the absolute best of the Pokemon TCG world. And before we start, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to enter your chance in a giveaway for the Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolution Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. Just like, comment, subscribe, and everything on this screen could be yours. A special promo EV included in Prismatic Evolutions with the Pokemon Center stamp that cannot be bought right now because it is completely sold out wherever you look, especially the Pokemon Center one, which you can only get from the Pokemon Center website. So just like, comment, subscribe, and this PC ETB could be yours. Alright, moving on with the show. The biggest Pokemon movers and shakers of the week of November 26th. One of my favorite episodes to do. We can see what cards have been making the splash in today's market. Starting with Surging Sparks Pikachu. Yes, the king of modern Pokemon, which debuted at about 600 when it peaked. And now it's starting to settle down, finding its price around $440. I can see it settling out at $400 given the hype behind this card. Really good card. If you're going to buy it now is a decent time. This is probably the value where it's at, and then it'll start to climb after that. So if you haven't gotten it and you really want it, pull rates are really hard on this card. So if you really want this card, I recommend buying it. Now may be a good time before it starts going up again. I don't see this card going much lower, but it may continue to rise as it appreciates in value, especially after Surging Sparks goes out of stock. I'm not saying that's going to happen right now. It just came out, and there's a lot of hype around this card. But you know, one day it will go out of stock, and this card we may see it start to appreciate in value even more. But as a new card that was just minted, just released, I think 440 is a reasonable starting point for this card. Moving on, we got Milotic EX, also from Surging Sparks. We saw it peaked at $100, took a massive dip at $80, and now it's back up, finding its price in between that $80 to $100 range. It's probably going to be very volatile given the drastic dip and drastic rise. It's probably going to find its price after a bit of time, so you can expect to get it at the $80 to $100 mark. And I could just see its price settling out somewhere between there where it stays constant. It's a beautiful card. I really like it next to the Feebas. You have Feebas and Milotic. I know there's a lot of Milotic fans, especially with a lot of y'all growing up with the Ruby and Sapphire generation. So this is not a bad card to get at this price. Once it goes out of stock, then we can see its price respectfully climb up to upwards of 100, 200 and start seeing it go in that trend. But now is not that time. So going back from Ancient Origins, we've got Primal Groudon EX. Really cool card. I love the difference in color that they put here. It's not a shiny, but it is a primal card. And we see it has appreciated from the 90s all the way to 115, still climbing. These vintage cards, it's still a full art, but it is a vintage now. I can't believe I'm saying this. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is becoming vintage now. And so these cards are running out of rotation and they're going to start appreciating. Ancient Origins did release back in 2015. So this is hard to say this, but almost 10 years ago. The world was still 5 years away from the pandemic and YouTuber-fueled collectibles rush. No Charizard on gold chains on prime time. It has a print run that's relatively small by today's standards and most certainly relatively rare a decade later. It's been on a very, very slow but steady rise over the last few years, going from 55 this time 2 years ago to 70 at the beginning of 2024 to 100 in October. And now it's hit an all-time high, being sold at 125. I know we pay a lot of attention to newer prints coming, but old-time favorites is something that made the headlines. So we've got the Unified Minds Dragonite GX, also relatively vintage. $65. I'm not a big fan of rainbow cards. I do love Dragonite with Dragon Claw for 3 energy symbols. 5 for Sky Judgment, a whopping 270. However, you will have to discard 3 energies. And then it has Match Delivery, which you may discard any number of cards from your hand until you have 9 or fewer. Draw cards until you have 10 cards in your hand. Not bad. Not bad. You got Yveltal from Paradox Rift. Love this card. So this is more of a modern card. 13, 11, very volatile, and the 13s to 11 going up to 14. Let's look at a few full arts from recent sets that have never truly taken off. Yveltal jumping in price back at between 6 to 12 are more steadily held, but a strong week has Yveltal established floor and climbing up 12 to 14. Similarly, Grievard, right here, added $2 to climb to $5. And then we can see Mega Sableye. I sold this card. How much is it going for? 143 now. We've got Raichu and Alolan Raichu and Slowpoke and Psyduck. 130 and 105. And one terrifying art piece for 145. Interesting. Mewtwo and Mew. And Misty's Favor. Search your deck for 3 supporter cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. $200 for Misty's Favor. Interesting. And Mewtwo and Mew, $180. Wow. This is a pretty cool card. Alright, moving on. And this is all of our movers and shakers for the week. Moving on, we visit our friends at Poke Beach to announce that McDonald's has a promotion themed after Year of the Dragon, which will include Charizard and Umbreon. So here's the Charizard that comes and a special Pokemon. You will receive 1 4-card booster containing 1 holo and 3 non-holos. There will again be 15 cards available. 6 of them will be holo. Charizard, Quagsire, Pikachu, Miraidon, Hatenna, Koraidon, Umbreon, Dragapult, Hydreigon, Roaring Moon, Jigglypuff, Dragonite, Eevee, Rayquaza, and Drampa. So if we look back, we can see the Pokemon cards. This is the 2003 set, 2022, and then I remember this set during COVID, the 2021 set, and they had this special Pikachu 25th anniversary promo sticker on the corner, and it basically had all of the starters at the time. And then this is the more recent one and the last recent one with the starters. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So here are some of the cards. Charizard, you can get a Dragapult, Roaring Moon from McDonald's, Dragonite, and Rayquaza. I think this is the same. Is it the same Rayquaza from the Sky and Sea? Interesting. And then you have the Nuevo Big Mac. I have been hunting Taro Rayquaza for a while. I'm going to get like so many of these. PS, ask your local McDonald's for just the toy so they can sell you them for around $1 a pound, I believe. The McDonald's near me at least does it. Pretty cool. Full arts for Terrestrial Festival. The trainer cards. You got Atticus, Airy, Giacomo, Melo, Ortega. Beautiful cards. They all seem like they go together in one way or another. And then you have their non-full art variants. Wow, this is Airy without all that mask and uniform. Interesting, interesting. Bland, normal people. Love this. So mixed reviews on this set. And then best but not least, Black, Bull, and White Flare sets now confirmed to release in June, hinting at Black and White remakes. So they made the headlines. It's going to be similar to 151 where they're just going to premiere Gen 5 cards. Victini is going to be in there. It's unclear why TCG will be advertising Unova when Legends ZA is on the horizon. No indications of any sets advertising Kalos, Zygarde, RZA in the first half of 2025. Also strange to focus specifically on Unova when no other set in 2025 has any kind of generational theme. Perhaps Game Freak will release Black and White remakes in the summer and follow up with the ZA in the fall. This is speculations. I loved Black and White and Black and White 2. I thought they were the most RPG lore heavy games of the series. A lot of lore which I loved. It felt very different than a Pokemon game. Felt like a traditional Japanese RPG, a JRPG. And so I would like, and I remember playing these games back in COVID and wishing that they remade it, because there are some scenes in this game that just blew my mind. And if I saw it in modern day graphics, this could possibly be the best game of all time. So I am very pro Black and White remake. I wonder if they're going to make it chibi style like Diamond and Pearl remake, or full-blown Scarlet and Violet graphics. That would be cool. And then the next question is, are they going to make it Black, White, Black 2, or White 2? Because Black 2 and White 2 took place like 3 years after Black and White. So, you know, a lot of questions from that. So I wonder how it'll go. I would love to see a time skip. I think that just makes the most sense since this is a remake. It would be very disappointing if we just get Black and White with no mention of Black and White 2, just a bland Black and White remake. Let's do a time skip. It'll be a very immersive game. The fans would love it. And I think it's just a great way to promote the Black and White series, just show some appreciation. Do something for the fans, Pokemon. I know you can. Do something for the fans, just for once, please. We got Terrestrial Festival December 6th, Battle Partners January 24th, Starter Decks February, and this is when Prismatic Evolution comes out. Prismatic Evolution, comes out January 17th. March, Heatwave Arena, and then April, The Glory of Team Rocket featuring Rocket's Mewtwo EX. This will be cool. No sets in May, and then June 6th we'll get the Black Ball and White Flare. So let's see what people are saying. Say what? Nobody could have expected this. I agree. Elemental Monkeys incoming, watch out. If they have really good artwork, why not, I don't mind Black and White 3 games, but why does Legends EA keep getting delayed? I don't mind Legends EA getting delayed, to be honest with you. I think, the Legends games are more of a spin-off to me. They're cool, they're fun, I love playing them, I love immersing in them, but I take them for what they are, which are spin-off games. There's no competitive scene. There is trading, but it's just bare bone. I just compared to the original Legends EA Arceus, and it may be because Scarlet and Violet came shortly after, but I did not feel fully immersed in the Legends EA game. So to get a Black 3 and White 3, I would definitely be more, to be honest with you, I'm more hyped for a Black and White remake than a Legends EA, just because I know it'll be a full Pokemon game for whatever that means to you. To me, it means gym leaders, which we didn't have in Legends. It means Elite Four, which we didn't have in Legends. I do like that the Legends games are very story focused, but that's it, And then in terms of new Pokemon, it's like a handful of new Pokemon compared if we're looking at Legends Arceus. So Legends games always looked at like as a spinoff to me. It would be cool if they introduced new Pokemon in Black and White, but even if they did not, that is totally okay. I love the Black and White games. Don't mind that. If you're hearing this, Pokemon, that doesn't mean you don't have to put new Pokemon in there. I would be more than happy for new Pokemon. I wonder if any promo will feature the Chinese art that we have been missing. This would be cool. I would love to see this card. Yeah, I would love that. Pokemon 30th anniversary is on 2026 though. There's a whole year ahead. They will certainly announce everything related to the celebration by Pokemon Day on that year. Sure. If this is essentially a Nova version of 151, this could be one of the best sets in recent memory. I wouldn't call it the best set. I don't think there's as high of a fan base for Unova as there is for 151. But I do think it'll be a really cool set. I do think it'll be appreciated by the fans. Unova is one of those that no matter how much I play and familiarize myself with, just starting off with a new batch of Pokemon, it was hard to have any sentimental feelings towards any specific Pokemon. So I don't even remember their name. So I would love to play Unova again just to familiarize myself with the lore, with the Pokemon, with the plot, with the characters. You know what I mean? They're definitely hinting something because 2025's Go Tour will be all about Unova, and we get the release of Black and White Kyurem in Go. There you have it. I'm very surprised this 151 style special set. Kind of excited to see what they're cooking for EX. So if we look at remakes, the history of remakes, and I'm talking about the entire history, we've had so many Kanto remakes. We've had one Johto remake, one ORAS remake. Gen 4 had a remake. We didn't see it. So technically Black and White remake would be next. You know what I mean? Black and White would be next. And then Legends ZA, you can argue that that's the Gen 6 remake, the X and Y. It is interesting to see that during the Diamond Pearl remake era, Legends Arceus kind of took place around the same map as Diamond and Pearl. They served as promotion for each other, essentially. Are we seeing Black and White as the Gen 5 remake and then Legends ZA as the Gen 6 remake, or will Gen 6 get its own remake? According to rumors, it's going to be around the same time as when X and Y came out, like the same timeline. So if it's around the same time, it's not going back into past or future. Legends ZA may technically, and I put big quotes on this, technically be the X and Y remake, and then we'll just go ahead and do the Sun and Moon. But only time will tell. I just changed my money allocation for next year. If games release as well, I'll cry my eyes out of joy. Same man. Verides knows it. Pokemon Go's next year's also focus on black and white. Possible announcement soon. A lot of hints at black and white. And we saw that Blueberry Academy was very black and white hinty. We really thought there was going to be a black and white remake based on Scarlet and Violet. So maybe we're just building it up. Oh, speaking of, the existence of this set might just be a reference to Blueberry Academy being located near the Unova region. No more, no less. I mean, we'll see. I don't think Blueberry Academy was entirely encompassing black and white, but I do see what they mean. Because Blueberry Academy did take place in Unova. Casual reminder that the idea of black and white remakes is speculation and to measure your expectations. We might not get them. We might get them, but they'll be bad. Who knows? They don't always do obvious things. We didn't get more Kanto remakes for 151, and Unova was the only region they skipped during the middle Gen 7 year that had a subset focusing on Johto, a component of Lost Thunder Hoenn, Sinnoh, and Kalos. Go is also indicative of nothing. The next season is loosely Unova based because of the Unova Tour, with the tours being an annual region-centric event for 5 years. And this Frost kind of really brings us back to Earth, doesn't he? Kyurem getting an alt would be amazing. Didn't Reshiram get an alt? So Kyurem may be, I'm pretty sure, would be getting an alt if they're making a Unova remake. Unlikely, since that artwork is specifically linked to Raging Surf. Don't know what Raging Surf is. Excited for this, however, with a set like Astral Radiance released May 22 and Legends Arceus released January 22, you would think they would have the same process as far as release goes with Legends ZA. I agree. I really doubt this hints towards a remake. Isn't just like 15th anniversary or something they can make so many excuses getting all Unova Pokemon. It's really exciting to imagine finally Haxorus EX or Reg Samurott, the awaited Umpheasant, Sawbucks, Mangchao, so many possibilities, more Hydreigon. I'd love to see more Hydreigon. I wouldn't be against that. It's not that it keeps getting delayed. We never had any information about a release date other than 2025. Everyone just speculated it would be early 2025 because of Pokemon Legends Arceus. But Arceus was also advertised as an early year release from the very first announcement. PLZA was not. I hope ILCA doesn't just pull up with a BW remake. I agree. If it does, it is what it is. I'm not going to fight it. It's possible at this time something great might come around, but I can also wait another few years for more to figure things out. Pokemon Company doesn't really listen to us. We try, we get disappointed. Nothing works. They know we're going to buy their stuff. So I hope so, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. Ruby Rage and Sapphire Silence. It's a bit odd that this is a dual set. Well, anyway, guys, there's more comments. I'm not going to read all of them. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Prismatic Evolutions, Pokemon Center ETB could be yours. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in.